My grandfather is Miles Eisman, and he was born in 1938. He was an All-American distance runner at Oklahoma State and even ran in the Olympic trials, finishing high enough to be fit for a jersey. I had planned on interviewing Miles on the hardships of collegiate athletics in the late 1950s, but I came across a story much more powerful than one man's success. The 1950s were a time when black athletes were finally being accepted and allowed to compete on the collegiate level. There were two black athletes on Miles' team. One was a pole vaulter named Sam Pecos, and the other, Orlando Hazley, was Miles' close friend and fellow runner. The Oklahoma State campus is located in Stillwater, which is a small town, isolated from racial discrimination that occurred in the South. However, some of the meets and races took place in areas where racial tension ran high. When the team was traveling to Texas, the bus stopped at a hotel and Miles hopped out, eager to be done with the journey. Orlando Hazley stopped him and said, "Miles, this is my battle. You don't get off here." Miles was unaware of the fact that Hazley had to stay and eat at different places than the rest of the team because of segregation laws in Texas. He climbed back onto the bus, bewildered after experiencing segregation for the first time in his life. This is just one occasion out of many where Pecos and Hazley were separated from the rest of the team and sent to Negro-only locations. Luckily, Orlando Hazley and Sam Pecos were never mistreated at any of the meets because Coach Higgins was an avid supporter of black athletes and equality and would not stand for any intolerable behavior. Miles had grown up in Tehachapi, California, where racism was virtually non-existent. The only instance of discrimination during his childhood was a rude remark made by a young girl when she said, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo," catch it by his toe at school one day. My grandfather remembers that she was hit over the head as punishment when the teacher found out. Miles' father, Walter, had instilled the principles of fairness and equality into his sons, so it came as quite a shock when he experienced segregation firsthand. My grandfather recalls that the civil rights movement, led by Martin Luther King Jr., gained traction just after he graduated from college, finally breaking down the color barrier that had plagued America for centuries.